Hey everybody, Izzy 365 here, and we're coming down the home stretch before Kingdom Hearts 3 is released. So, as most of you know, I've been playing through Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. I got all the cutscenes, got all the worlds. Didn't do a lot of the optional stuff. I might go back, but I was hoping just to finish the games before Kingdom Hearts 3 releases. And Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to release January 29th, 2019. And according to the timestamp here, January 28th, 2019, I succeeded in my goal. So, what I was hoping to do today is, for those of you who might have noticed, I was playing those games on the PlayStation 3. And this is my first time actually using my PS4. I've had Kingdom Hearts 2.8. I bought it when, I pre-ordered it when it first came out a couple of years ago, and I've been waiting to play it, to put it in. And I know it includes Dream Drop Distance, which I played on the 3DS, and talk about a game that adds a ton to the lore and adds so many more confusions and questions and whatnot that happens. I'll eventually get around to playing it on the PS4. Also, it has 0.2 Birth by Sleep, the Fragmentary Passage, which I was looking forward to playing. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough time to get it through before Kingdom Hearts 3 released, but it's the reason why I was looking forward to it is it continues Aqua's story, who is the one member of the Keyblade trio from Birth by Sleep of Ven, Terra, and Aqua that we don't know what happened. Terra obviously ended up becoming a Heartless and, became Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, as well as Xemnas, the leader of Organization 13, because his heart was taken over by Xehanort. And Ventus has been asleep, Birth by Sleep, in Castle Oblivion, sealed in the Chamber of Awakening. But Aqua's story has been, her going through the Dark Realm, and she's been trapped in there for the better part of 10 years. And I've seen some images of her, looking darkened with yellow eyes, which are probably going to show up in Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm not really spoiled. I don't know exactly what that story is going to entail. Again, I'm going into Kingdom Hearts 3 predominantly blind, just with my knowledge of the prior games. So I haven't played this yet, unfortunately. However, the third thing on here, which normally they include a third game's cutscenes exclusively. For 1.5, it was 358 over 2 days, which was Roxas' story. And for Kingdom Hearts 2.5, it was Recoded. And I liked 358 over 2 days because I played it, and the cutscenes really watered it down. Recoded, I have not played, but I've read a lot about it, and I've seen all the cutscenes, and I'm kind of glad it is not back in game form. But this is Kingdom Hearts back cover, the HD cinematic release revealing an untold story. And it's not related to a game. The closest game it's related is to a Kingdom Hearts Union Cross on your mobile devices. And I have that game, and I've played through it, and I've always been wondering where the foretellers came from and what their deal was. I noticed that they looked, a lot. There's 5 of them, and they look a lot like Terra, Aqua, Ventus, Riku, and Kairi. But I wasn't really sure how it went beyond that. We were introduced to some characters who become the new foretellers, supposedly, part of the dandelions that Master Ava creates. But this apparently is an 80-minute movie that clears it up, and I figured, you know what? I've got 24 hours to go. It's a short movie. I figured I'd just, play this video and stream it so you all can see my reactions. Again, my first time ever seeing this video. And I'm probably going to be commenting as we go, but hopefully it'll be an enjoyable experience. Let me just pop this disc into my PS4, and we'll get going. So, give me 1 second, folks. All right. Okay. And the magic, I'm back. So yeah, first time really using the PS4. So the disc has been inserted. That's a pretty cool thing. Okay, so we got 2.8. First time using my new controller. It's got the blue symbol on it, which I'm a fan of. And I am just going to shrink myself down a little bit, so I will be over here in the corner so we don't miss a thing. Alright, so let's enjoy all of this new Kingdom Hearts game. So far, I'm enjoying. Okay, the final chapter, the prologue. Now, one of the things that I find a little very unique about this is it's HD. The first one is Dream Drop. Oh no, wait, that is 2.8. Dream Drop Distance. And if we scroll over, then it's the Fragmentary Passage. And, ooh, Aqua does not look well rendered there. And this is the last one, which we're going to be enjoying now, is Final Chapter Prologue. Right there we've got the 5 foretellers, and they're in Daybreak Town, which is where this takes place. You have Ira, you have Ace. I can't remember what the Ventus XE is. The pink one is Ava, and Aqua is... I can't remember these guys. Oof. Ira... Oh well, we're gonna find out. They each have different symbols. If you do end up playing Union Cross, by the way, everyone, again, I'm Izzy in it, and I am the head of the Digidestin's party. Because, you know, Izzy, Digimon. My spirit pet is called Tentamon. Anyway, enough of that. We're just going to jump right in. Oh, wow, okay. I did not realize this was going to be a thing. Good to know. I am going to have to prep my Kingdom Hearts 3 game with actually jumping into the menu before it dives in headfirst like this. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Well, we will transition back to me. And, so yeah, like I was saying, might as well go over what happened in Birth by Sleep while we're waiting a little bit. So, in Birth by Sleep... I'm sorry, not Birth by Sleep. What am I talking about? In Dream Drop Distance, Sora and Riku are taking their Mark of Mastery exams, and it's kind of a big deal. They're called forth by Yen Sid, and it's pretty much the two of them going through the different worlds. And Yen Sid says that even though the worlds they're going to be going to aren't real, they're just, you know, diving deeper into their own subconscious, diving deeper into their own hearts. And the first place they end up in is Traverse Town, so we're back at the beginning. And one of the things I liked about Traverse Town is they expanded the world. So instead of you going into the first, second, and third district only, they skip over 2 and 3, I think, and they take you right to the 4th and 5th district, then later on. And instead of, you know, the first district not leading anywhere, if you head to the left, you end up in the mailroom, and it looks like this giant, you know, doorways and pulleys and whatnot, similar to what you saw in Monsters, Inc., the movie, the first one. Really cool looking, I thought, and the main thing in there was the movement abilities, because unlike in the rest of the game series, you can literally bounce around on the walls or, you know, glide up railings and whatnot. And it was a major feature of the game, and you have it unlocked from the get-go, which I thought was really cool. That said, it also let them, you know, hide treasure chests and, you know, some secrets like stickers and puzzle pieces in the most obscene places. But overall, I didn't think it was a bad thing. Like, I liked the game, and you go to a bunch of different worlds. Gosh, I'm having trouble remembering the first couple of them. I know you end up in the Three Musketeer world. You end up in the city of the Bells, Notre Dame. I forget what Musketeer's Land is called. You end up in Pleasure Island, the Pinocchio world. Sora actually explores the amusement park, while Riku explores the underwater aspect. Where else do you go? It's been a while. I played it when it first came out on the handheld, and I played it with a broken R trigger button. That's like my main thing. You go to the Fantasia world, which was really cool. And you end up fighting Chenabog again. And the big thing about that game is, you know, you're constantly meeting characters that had no business being there. So Sora gets introduced to Xion. She gets introduced to Vanitas. And he recognizes them, but he doesn't really know who they are. And the same thing with Riku. They're all meeting people that they shouldn't know. So they run into, like, Terra. They run into, you know, Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. They run into a variety... And the main antagonist of the game, who is an antagonist, but he doesn't really do anything, is young Xehanort. And this is the game where it's revealed that the actual purpose of Organization 13 was so Xehanort could embody the 13 sources of darkness. That's how he was able to body steal from Terra. Literally, the organization was supposed to be a group of vessels that Xehanort could instill his heart in, so there would be 13 of him. And he says he is going to reforge the Keyblade War once he has a 13th vessel. And he tried to get Riku, and Riku was able to resist the power of the darkness, so it didn't happen. And at the end of the game, it turns out that the person sitting in that 13th seat was Sora, which was shocking, because Sora's always, this, plucky little antagonist who, never gives up and is always, optimistic. And it just, he was sitting in that chair, and he was, deadpan, like the way we always met Roxas and Ventus. So a lot had to go on there, but Riku managed to show up, and the cool part about that game was you drive back and forth, so like you have a time limit on how much time you have left as Sora, and then when it hits 0, you switch to Riku. And you can put on different buffs, and one of the buffs you can is, more time. At one point in the game, though, in the Fantasia world, Sora just drops no matter what time you have left on him, and you switch to Riku, and then Riku doesn't have a time limit. So something happened to Sora, and that's when he shows up in the organization's clutches. So Riku shows up there, as does King Mickey, as does Donald and Goofy, as does Kairi, and they all manage to get Sora out. But Sora had succumbed slightly to the power of darkness. And he failed the Mark of Mastery as a result. But Riku passed because of his ability to resist the darkness. And it's told at that point that there need to be 7 wielders of light, 7 Keyblade wielders of light, who will face down these 13 darknesses, and those are the Keyblade wielders. And at that point in the game, since Axel was there to help out, Axel gets his own Keyblade. So Keyblade wielders as of the end of the game, Keyblade Masters, who are going to be the 13 sources of, or the 7 sources of light, are Riku, King Mickey, Axel, Kairi, Ventus, Aqua, Terra. Notice Sora's not on that list, because Sora's is the heart that, connects everybody together, and he's technically not a master, and that's what they've been kind of pushing towards. And I've said that in my other videos. Another thing to note is, instead of having Donald and Goofy, you had spirit animals. So the spirits were modified versions of the enemies you fought in the game. I think they were called Soul Eater or Nightmares. I forget what they were called. But you can synthesize them, and you can, then have new members of your party, and you can have up to 2 with you at any time. The end of the game, you realize that, while Sora was diving deeper into his heart, Riku wasn't diving into himself. He was diving into Sora. That's why all the spirits, the symbol that's on their back, is the same that's on the back of Riku's jacket since the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1. His original jacket, not the one when he started becoming a Heartless. Riku is that kind of a guardian to Sora, at least in the context of this game. And that's why he not only can look out for himself, but also protect his best friend, which is incredible. The end of that game happens with Sora going off on his own, and he's like, there's one more thing I need to do. And the game ends with Sora, back in Traverse Town looking around, and all the spirits that they had created kind of just flock to him. And he says, don't worry, you won't be forgotten. And literally, it's hundreds of Meow Wows, the T-Rexes, the elephants, the Pseudonekus, they're all just come to him, and he pretty much, welcomes them, and they are a part of his heart now. And one of the spoilers I have seen for Kingdom Hearts 3 is the Meow Wow is going to be a summon, and he's summoning it from inside of his heart. Again, that connection has been made. So even though these things never existed outside of Sora, he can manifest them. And that's pretty damn powerful if you think about it. Alright, folks, so hopefully this will work this time. Yes, I would like to play back cover. So we'll see where we go. Alright, here's the movie. I'm sorry. Here is the movie. Let's enjoy it, shall we? It's going to be pretty cool. It's using the Unreal 4 engine. This is the same thing that they're using for Kingdom Hearts 3, so I am looking forward to it. This game supports an autosave feature. Sure. I will go with subtitles, yes, for the hearing impaired. Okay, so we got a book. The world was pure darkness. Oh, wow, okay, we're going quick. Within that light. Okay, so this is actually kind of what we saw at the beginning. Oh, this is Chithri. 6 apprentices, 5 with the knowledge of the foretellers, 5 read the manuscript. Oh, wow, okay. Light will see, defeat... Oh, wow. This better not be all 80 minutes. This is going to annoy me to no end. The blue dude right there is wielding the Starlight Keyblade. And that's our base form. Alright. Alright, that's our Effenheim. I can't pronounce his name. Yeah, he's a help. Okay, everybody gets a Chithri, apparently. The 5 who became known as foreterrors, 5 read the menu. Okay, they're cycling the text. That's Master Ava. Yeah. Gummy ship with Donald and Goofy is still a thing. That's the Gaston fight. And one of the things I always found confused about, this better not be the whole frickin' game. This is gonna be really upsetting. I thought this was gonna be an HD cinematic. But you pretty much do go through all of the stuff you've already done in Kingdom Hearts, which is one of the things I was not super pleased about with the mobile game. Like, you go with Aladdin into the Cave of Wonders, you know, you defeat the Wicked Queen in Snow White, you meet with Hercules and fight in the Colosseum. You do pretty much all the plots of all the stories. Go away, Smite. We see the foretellers fighting. This is Master Era, who we fight, and that is Scold, who becomes the second of the Dandelions. Okay, Master Ava has collected her dandelions. I'm stopping people from fighting. A dark... What? A dark Chithri? I don't remember it before it disappeared. Made his 6th. 6 apprentices passed. 5. They're all running at each other in the crossroads of destiny. This hasn't happened in the game yet. Like, we're like 800 quests in, and this hasn't happened yet. Okay, Okay. You've confused me, movie. Case of Luxlu. Huh. Two organization cloaks.
So that makes you the indisposable number 7. Huh. What? Come on, it's simple. U6 plus me is 7. Wait, don't tell me I don't count.
No.
The hell? Okay.
Here, take it.
In the Master's playful and mischievous way, he gave his apprentice Luciu a very important role.
Oh my god.
What seemed like a simple task was the element that would connect all of the events to come.
Okay, so that is Kairi's, or not Kairi, Kari's voice from Digimon.
Ago, all the worlds were still one.
I'm not going to be able to unhear this now. Again, I'm Izzy.
Day, this would be called the Age of Fairy Tales.
Okay, who are you?
It all began here in Daybreak Town.
Okay, I'm down.
The Master of Masters had an eye that gazes into the future.
Ominous.
He bestowed upon 5 of his 6 apprentices
5. Okay.
a copy of the Book of Prophecies, in which was written the events to come.
That seems like a very dangerous thing to do. It's never good to know one's future. Alright, I know this one's Era. He's the unicorn head, I think.
So, did you look through the book?
Yes. But I'm still analyzing it.
Wow, no quick skim for you, huh?
I just prefer to be thorough. Master, is what it says in the last passage true?
Oh yeah, that. Bummer, huh?
Yes.
By the way, If one day I suddenly disappear, I'm counting on you to keep the others calm, okay?
Huh? Disappear?
Vanish, dim, fade. I don't know how to explain it. It's just hypothetical talk.
Okay.
This world is full of light. It's a world comprised of many smaller worlds.
Okay.
All connected, stretching as far as the eye can see. One great light protects us all throughout this vast land.
You gonna
All
blow
worlds share
dandelions?
one light, one fate.
I take it you're talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Yep, you're right on the money. People believe that the light that is Kingdom Hearts will be here forever. But if it were to disappear, the world would be enveloped in darkness.
I understand.
That's
That
weird
is why
imagery.
you granted us these Keyblades. With these, we can spread the teachings of light. And we can protect Kingdom Hearts from darkness.
No, they're not for protecting Kingdom Hearts.
Huh?
The final passage reads, "On that fated land, a great war shall transpire. Darkness will prevail, and the light expire."
Isn't it our duty as Keyblade wielders to prevent this war from taking place?
Not possible.
What?
You really think you can change the future?
Then, what do you want us to do?
We have to focus on what comes after. There's no use thinking of ways to change events that we know are gonna happen.
I hate the
What
whole
about
fate concept.
all of
that you
those
can't
who are
change the
here
future.
now? And the ones who will be here when the darkness finally comes? Are we to abandon all of them?
Come on, are you telling me that you think the world can be saved by just 7 people?
We have to at least try. With enough Keyblade wielders, we could...
Well, if you want to give it a shot.
Yes.
Alrighty, good luck.
Wow. I don't like this guy. He's omnipotent, but he's kind of an ass. Okay, so these are dandelions.
And so the reliable Era, who wore the mask of the unicorn, was given his role to take over for the Master and to lead the others.
Okay.
Similarly, the virtuous Envy, who wore the mask of the snake, was given her role to watch over the others with a fair eye.
Okay, so this is Aqua.
The fearless Aced, who wore the mask of the bear, was given his role to support their brand new leader,
That's
Era.
Terra.
The prudent Ava, who wore the mask of
Kairi.
the fox, was given her role to prepare exceptional Keyblade wielders for the world after.
Okay, so that's why she's in charge of the dandelions.
The cool-headed Gula, who wore the mask of the leopard, was given his role to uncover the mystery of the Book of Prophecies.
And that's Ventus.
Lushu, the first of the apprentices to be given their role, watched his companions from afar as they learned what it was that they were meant to do. Then, he disappeared.
Okay.
Not long after that, the Master vanished, dimmed, and faded without a trace.
That better not be Xehanort. Okay, this is the Starlight Keyblade, which I have unlocked for in Union Cross to be available for Kingdom Hearts 3.
This is where your story began. The story of your very own adventure. 5 of the Master's apprentices armed themselves with the Book of Prophecies.
So Era is
They
Rika
each created a union. This would fulfill his wishes. Then, they set out to rally Keyblade wielders just like you.
I love how it's a narrative to
By
me.
defeating Heartless, the monsters of darkness, they would gather light.
This also kind of flies in the face that Heartless weren't around until after Ansem did his experiments. Okay.
There's a traitor among us.
Are you certain? What proof do you have?
I found this sniffing around.
Is that a dark Cherothy?
Well, I've been pronouncing that wrong.
Is that a nightmare?
Master, did you make this? It's so cute!
Thanks,
Well,
Ava.
things are gonna get pretty hectic around here soon.
And that
But
voice
this
sounds like
spirit
Zigma.
Cherothy is gonna make your lives much easier. Hopefully.
Spirit?
You could say they're like cats or dogs. And they'll be your loyal pets. Every wielder will have one of these adorable little guys at their side. They're here to help, so play nice.
Okay.
Oh, right. Before I forget. If a wielder is overcome by malice, or rather if their heart is tainted by darkness, their adorable little spirit will turn dark and become a nightmare.
So you're telling us that if we see a nightmare...
Someone has fallen into darkness.
Exactly. And if you don't stop this renegade spirit, it'll plant darkness in the hearts of others. And you'll have an army of nightmares on your hands. Beware.
So, if we see one of these nightmares anywhere, we have to get rid of it on the spot.
No! I won't let you do that!
No wonder you ended up as the bear. You're scary.
Your point?
Maybe you can growl at them.
Ugh, don't insult me!
Come on, Hassan. You won't know if it works unless you try.
I don't get the master. What's his
Please
point?
tell me you're joking. It's not me!
There's an easy way to solve this. If we all summon our spirits, then we'll know.
Unfortunately, there are countless wielders in our unions. It would be easy for any of us to summon a Cherothy that isn't a nightmare. I'm afraid that your suggestion wouldn't help us get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, in that case, who's to say that the nightmare you saw belongs to one of us? It could belong to anyone in our unions.
That's highly unlikely. Do you recall the tool the wielders were given in order to make them stronger? We generally don't concern ourselves with what they have at their disposal. However, I believe those tools were the nightmare's doing.
I'm
The
confused.
Bengals. I know when they're equipped, they have the power to collect dark energy. But I thought we all agreed that was okay.
Collecting is fine, but using that power is the equivalent of using the power of darkness.
I'm lost. Outside of
It's
the
a
fact
brilliant plan.
that we have bangles.
Everyone knows that all spirits look the same, and wielders exist in spades. There's no way to tell.
Oh no. Everyone's already equipped their bangles.
So what now? How do we find out who's behind this?
Seeing as those bangles couldn't have been acquired by just anyone, I believe it's one of us here in this room.
No, Ira. I respectfully disagree. What proof do we have that the bangles are tied to the power of darkness, or if a nightmare is to blame? We shouldn't simply jump to conclusions.
Ira, some leader you are. You've managed to plant seeds of doubt in all of us with that speech. What, did you expect the traitor to give themselves up with that accusation of yours? That was foolish.
Ased, that's quite enough.
It looks to me like the Master made the wrong choice.
Okay.
Wait, where do you think you're going?
I think we're done here. I trust you'll keep us all updated.
I'm trying to really piece out
hope-
the personalities they gave. The
hope we
master
can all
seems like the
resolve this.
weirdest one. Like, the most relaxed and laid back. Oh boy, a new
That
Fortnite.
didn't go as expected.
What's wrong, Ira? This isn't like you.
A lost page. Something's missing from our book of prophecies. Each of our copies were said to contain the events of the future.
Yes, but...
But this incident, well, it's nowhere to be found.
And how does this whole thing with the traitor tie together?
Like I said, it's nowhere to be found. In my book.
Ira, are you implying that someone is in possession of the missing page? And the person with the complete book is the traitor?
There is something going on, and a page is suspiciously missing from the book. It's not so far-fetched to assume that the one who has the lost page has been turned, that they have fallen into the hands of darkness. Trust me.
There seems to be no record of it in my book either. You may be onto something. I wonder, could this have been the Master's plan all along?
I mean, he's wearing an
To
organization
grant the lost
cloak.
page to only one of us.
We have no way of knowing. The Master is gone.
Again,
I understand what you were saying.
automatically skeptical of
I
anybody who's in
promise
the
to
organization
keep a close
cloaks.
eye on the others. I will keep you informed, as always.
Thanks.
Of course. After all, that is what the Master asked of me.
The masks are making it really weird.
And Ira, may your heart be your guiding key.
Okay. Case of
So, to sum it up, I'll need you to observe the others. Easy breezy.
All right.
Like I said, Ira may have to take over from me. But don't be shy. Just be fair. And do not be afraid to speak up. Even though I say observe, you'll need to be the mediator. Make sure people get along.
I understand, but without you or Luciu, to form and maintain our own unions it's a little unnerving, to be honest.
Who is Luciu?
Oh, come on. Lighten up a little. Maybe I'll never disappear. Wait. Do you want me to go?
What? No, of course not.
I was just kidding.
Oh, I see.
Okay, the Master of Masters has this weird Deadpool
I
vibe
get
going.
that change can be hard for everyone, but things need to keep moving forward.
I don't get it.
And you need to keep up. Otherwise, you'll just get left behind, all alone.
That's not
Now that you know what the future holds, Envy, what does your heart say? May your heart be your guiding key. I say it all the time. You ultimately need to do what your heart feels is right.
Right.
The Master of Masters is kind of a jerk.
I was wrong about Ira. I thought he would make a great leader, but he let me down. Well, what do you two think? You don't believe what Ira said, do you?
Of course not. His argument was unconvincing. It's like Envy said. He's just making baseless assumptions given the situation. There's no evidence to tie his accusations to anyone, let alone one of us.
Maybe there's something he hasn't told us.
And he needs to tell us. How dare he look at us with suspicion? We're his comrades.
I wouldn't call us comrades. Anyway,
Okay.
could you get to the point?
What would you call us?
I know you didn't call us here just to complain.
He seems
I
like the
want
type who
three
would.
of us to form an alliance.
But alliances are forbidden, us said.
I knew it. I had a feeling it would come to this.
This is the start of a schism. I can feel it.
So, we join forces, then confront Ira?
Confronting him is pointless. Ira won't change his mind. I know there's darkness at work. There's no question.
Okay, valid.
But I don't believe for a second there's a traitor among us.
I'm going to the Master.
Unfortunately, Ira doesn't share the same belief.
He sounds like
just wasting
Deadpool,
time
and he's
trying
wearing an
to
organization
figure out
cloak.
who the traitor is. The darkness won't wait, and neither should we. We need to band together now and find a way to fight it.
Guess it makes sense.
I agree that we need to do something to fight the darkness. But combining our unions? That was strictly forbidden by the Master.
Okay, hands are in the Uncanny Valley.
I'm in. But let's be clear. The alliance is just between the two of us right now. I don't want my union members involved.
Gula!
Oh, that's the last name. Gula.
I want to follow the Master's teachings.
And that's why you were put in
Understood.
charge of the Dandelions.
That's your choice to make. You should do whatever you feel is right.
Yeah.
By the way, Ased, do Ira and Envy know?
I haven't talked to Ira about it for obvious reasons, but I did ask Envy to join us.
You wanted to see me? Gula, Ava, what are you doing here? What's the meaning of this?
Hear me out, Envy. I want an alliance among our unions.
Why?
Gula here has already agreed. Will you join us? And together we can...
And disobey the Master's teachings?
We don't have a choice. Darkness is approaching, and we need to combine our strength to stand against it.
The Master bestowed each of us with a different role, and he specifically told us to keep our union separate, to maintain the balance of power. He told us that any imbalance would lead to a desire for more power, which leads to darkness.
More
I know
darkness.
you haven't forgotten. Perhaps it's you who has been tainted by darkness.
I'm tainted by darkness? Then what about you, Envy? You spy on us and report everything you see back to Ira.
That's her job.
You really think you have no darkness in your heart after what you did?
Because that is my role.
To observe us, yes, but not to disclose everything we say and do
She
to Ira.
is the snake.
That's...
For all we know, you and Ira could be allies, scheming behind our backs.
that's enough.
Wow. Okay. The only likable member of any of this group is Ava right now. I'm glad I'm in her party, her union.
When will it stop? I don't want us to turn against each other.
Up, main character syndrome.
Master Ava.
Oh, hello. Your name is Ephemer, right?
Uh-huh. Hey, can I join you?
Uh-huh.
Why the long face? Did something happen?
Yes, everything happened. You wouldn't know. You're just a child.
Do you remember what you asked me before?
When did we meet
About why
her?
the unions compete against each other instead of working together. Actually, I always wondered the same thing.
When was this established?
Huh? Isn't it just because the Master said so?
Yes. And as such, we must obey. The Master said so. So it is.
Okay.
Lately, I've really started to wonder. You once told me that you were looking for answers. That you wanted to solve the mysteries of this world.
Okay, it's
Well,
one big world.
I think that's how things should be. We need to question things and think for ourselves.
Whoa! You are really not yourself today. I guess even foretellers have their off days.
I mean,
Hey,
they are just
maybe
human.
talking about the book will cheer you up.
Not a chance.
Aww.
You were trying to pull a fast one on me, weren't you?
Oh, no, I was joking.
If you say so. But to be honest,
Okay.
I think it would be great if all the unions could work together and be friends.
That is one thing in the game that didn't make sense. We're competing
No,
for Lux.
I made a friend from another union today. Wasn't much of a talker. Maybe just shy. We're
Okay.
meeting again tomorrow.
This is the player character that
That sounds like
we
so
will
much
never
fun.
meet. So my character in the
you
game,
better go home
or
and
your
get some
character
sleep.
if you play it as well.
Okay,
He never meets us by the fountain. He just kind of
Well,
leaves us lingering.
it was nice talking to you. I don't know what's got you down, but please cheer up.
Thank you. If the worst happens, I'll be glad to leave the future to the kids who see the world in the way that you do. Let the wind carry you far, far away. My dandelions.
Alright, so dandelions aren't even referenced until, like, midway through the quests, like 300-400.
Envy. Have you learned something?
It seems Ased and Gula's unions are now allied.
So Ased is the traitor after all.
No, I don't believe he is.
Why's that?
To Ased, unification is a means of gathering strength to oppose the darkness. So I believe his heart still belongs to the light.
Even so, forming alliances was strictly forbidden by the Master.
Yes,
Why are we
and
separate?
his teachings are absolute.
Why?
That's why I will try and persuade Gula to dissolve their alliance.
Then I'll do it.
No, please let me do the talking. Your intervention will do nothing more than spur Ased's anger.
All right. I'll leave it to you.
And one more thing. Ased has begun to question the two of us. As a precaution, my reports will be less frequent. I don't want him to get the wrong idea. Please understand.
Yes, I do.
This is a weird movie. Okay, that's a dark side. That and the Keyblade. Months later. Months. Okay. Are they still allied?
I think I'm done.
Done with what?
The Alliance. I think it's time to call it quits.
For what reason?
To put it simply, I entered this alliance thinking we were preparing to fight some impending darkness, but it hasn't come. In fact, there haven't been any suspicious incidents recently, and you haven't rallied anyone else to your cause.
Yeah, but
This alliance is meaningless. Even Envy agrees. Oh.
Envy?
Uh-oh. You weren't supposed to find out.
Is Envy the one who told you to break our alliance?
I think you might be the traitor there, Roxas.
But I'm the one who decided to do it. And I've already told you why.
But we don't even know who the traitor is yet!
And that's exactly why.
Look at the size difference between the two of them.
I just can't trust anyone but myself.
Don't you realize you won't stand a chance against the darkness on your own?
Sorry, my mind's made up.
One's brash, the other's a jerk. Are we supposed to like these characters?
Envy, you will regret this.
A bear that has bore its teeth. Case of aced.
You been here long? My bad.
No.
So, what did you want?
You didn't forget, did you? You're the one who called me here.
Lighten up! I was just kidding.
You're Deadpool!
Didn't forget. Give me a little credit here. I was just testing you.
Right.
Now then, allow me to tell you about your role.
Yes.
You're going to be Ira's right-hand man,
What? Ira's right-hand man? What do you mean?
Well, Ira's gonna be the new leader after I'm gone, you see. So, just stand by. Don't disappoint.
Explain to me, Master. What do you mean Ira's going to be leader?
What? Is that disappointment I hear? Does you want to be leader?
No! I mean, if you had asked me to be the leader, that's a different story, but I wasn't trying...
You really want to be leader, huh?
Well...
I know you want it, but that just isn't enough. Any chump can say, here's a huge promotion, good job, and make you head honcho. But enthusiasm alone doesn't make a great leader. Ira needs someone like you to give him a push in the right direction.
I agree. Ira is definitely the most worthy among us.
Okay.
I'm sure he'll make a fine leader.
You are not
it's
happy with your
settled.
like.
Wait, I agree that he is worthy. But why do we need a new leader, Master? Does that mean you will no longer be teaching us?
Well, I might disappear one day. Well, I might disappear.
Disappear? Why? Where?
Speak up sooner if you're listening. It was embarrassing for me. Anyway,
But you can see
I
the
don't know
future.
if I'm gonna disappear or not. It's anyone's guess right now.
But...
In any case, you need to support Ira. We both know he's quite serious. He's always just thinking and thinking and thinking behind that unicorn mask of his. So everyone will be counting on you to spur him into action.
Right.
You might not be entirely happy with your role, but just know that it's the most important one. Capiche? Now, shall I elaborate? Making Ira the leader is all good in theory, but sometime later you might think, he's terrible at this. In which case it'll be your job to step up. Who knows? Your leadership might be just what everyone needs. And that is your true role.
Wow, he's literally setting them up to go against each other.
May your heart be your guiding key. Best of luck, I said.
Who is the master? I want to know that.
It's been over a year since the Master left. It's time for me to fulfill my true role.
Okay, this was a cutscene that we did see in the game, except it was, pixels. Yeah, Asa can overpower the crap out of her. Again, if this is Terra and Aqua, she should have more magic.
Why do you get in my way?
Don't be so conceited. I'm protecting the balance, just like the Master told us to. You need to come to your senses!
If we don't do something, light will expire. Then we won't be able to avoid the grim future that awaits. We need to defy the Master's teachings to protect the
He's
world.
crying. Why is he
You're
crying?
saying he was wrong?
He's not here anymore. I won't let his prophecy come true. I won't let the world fall into darkness.
You fool!
They're ridiculously powerful.
Ava, over here!
Envy! Assad! What's going on?
I found out who the traitor is. Regrettably.
No, that's not true.
Abba, there's no time to lose.
May my heart be my guiding key.
Jeez! I mean, stubborn as all hell, but... Yeah, okay, it is literally called Day Breakdown because it's broken. What are the people of the Union gonna think? Like... Okay, either the Master's off his rocker, or it's this guy, Gula. Like, he's creeping around more than everybody else. Unless that's the last page that he's looking at.
Master. Master?
I see.
If you're busy, I can always come back later.
Sure. Oh, no, stay. Now, where... Ah, here it is.
What's this?
Go on, read it.
Okay, was that a page about Heartless?
This is from the Book of Prophecies. But...
Yep. It's a page that's not in any of your books.
And what's written here is...
Your role. You must find the traitor hidden among you, and stop them before it's too late. And in order to help you find the traitor...
I get it. That's why you gave us all different roles, isn't it? If anyone deviates from the job they were given, we can easily conclude that they are the traitor. It's brilliant.
Way to steal my thunder, show off.
Deadpool!
It's not fair. My plan was supposed to blow your mind with its grandeur. Your jaw should have hit the floor at my sheer genius.
I'm... sorry? But was my logic flawed?
Oh, you're right. So, I guess now you've earned your time in the limelight. Even though there is a traitor, act normal and keep focused. Trust no one but yourself.
That's a really hard thing to tell the person who's supposed to be the Sora Roxas Ventus fall off, because their whole thing is dependence on others. And now Envy and Ira are going to think he's the traitor because he has that page.
Trust no one but myself.
I mean, unless the Master is trying to sow dissent among them, we still haven't heard what Ava and Ira's... Oh no, we kind of have.
Gula.
Do you want to know what my role is?
Huh?
The books we were given are incomplete. There's a lost page.
Lost page?
On that page, it is written that there is a traitor. The Master told me to find and stop that person.
I called you my comrade. But never again, Gula. It doesn't matter to me if you think I am the traitor, and you want to strike me down. You knew there was a traitor, and you just watched silently as we fought each other. And I won't forgive you for that.
You can barely stay on your feet. Just give up already!
Don't you underestimate me!
Yep. Holy crap!
Please stop!
She won't raise her Keyblade to fight others. That's actually pretty impressive.
You too, huh?
This is one of those movies that I'm just like, I want to know how it ends, but at the same time, it can be resolved with like a 10-minute conversation with all the parties if they just put all their cards on the table.
Why did it have to come to this?
Also, their hands look so weird. We haven't seen Ira in a while.
Come to finish me off, and make it quick.
That's not what brought me here today. I wish to fulfill the role bestowed upon me. That's all. It isn't our place to try to change the events of the future. That is not our mission. We're here to make sure that light lives on. With only 5 lights, we can't afford to lose any.
You still count me as one of the 5 lights?
Of course.
Only you could be such a good guy after everything we've been through. But hey, I guess that's one of the reasons I respect you so much.
Unless you're going to stab him in the background.
However, we still might only be 4. I'm talking about Gula. He's using the knowledge of something called the Lost Page. He said that it contains events that are missing from all of our books. He's using it to discover and apprehend whoever is the traitor. Claims that's his role. But who knows what his real intentions are?
The Master is really good at playing chess, which is something that
What I
Ericus
do
and Xehanort
know
are known to do.
Is that I'll never forgive him for hiding the fact that he knew someone would betray us. That's the biggest betrayal of all.
I'd like to believe that Gula was simply carrying out his role. Aset, I'll deal with this matter. Please keep it to yourself for now.
Understood.
I need to see that lost page.
Why did you tell Ira? It had to be you, because you were the only one who knew where we were hiding. Didn't you think for a second that your actions could be making things worse than they already are?
And why should that even bother you? Not only do you have your union, but you've also gathered the finest Keyblade wielders from other unions, and you're training them in a secret location, aren't you?
Yes, because that is my role!
I had no idea.
The
I
dandelions.
apologize. I overstepped.
No.
Why are their roles hidden? Like, why?
What did Ira want?
I don't know exactly. He just asked me to give up Gula. His eyes, they were scary. I was worried he'd do something awful. I knew I couldn't tell him where Gula was. Then he turned around and walked away.
I see. And Gula? How is he doing?
I don't know. He's gone.
What? Okay. Boing, boing, boing.
Someone's coming. They're headed straight this way.
Take care of him.
Chithery!
Ira? Is something wrong?
I know Gula's here.
What?
Tell me where he is.
But why? What are you going to do?
None of your concern.
Don't.
I think it kind of is.
What?
I won't let you near him.
So that's it. All right. I'll go.
Gula, what are you doing?
Something happened?
Ira was here. He wanted me to give you up.
Call a meeting!
I knew it. It's finally come to this.
Come to what?
Everyone wants to know about the lost page.
The lost page?
Yeah. It's a page the Master gave me. It doesn't exist in any of our books.
Okay.
It
What's so...
contains a passage about an inevitable betrayal. It talks about the one who bears the sigil. That's it. So, I don't know what to make of it, to be honest. My role is to find out who it is.
What sigil?
I suspected a Sed and went to confront him. And look what happened.
Why are you telling me this, Gula?
I mean, the thing that has
I
a
have
sigil
enough to
is the
think
Chithery.
about keeping with the Master's teachings and my rule.
Always walking the straight and narrow. I'm a fool for basing my actions on what is written on that lost page. Everything in the passage is ambiguous at best.
Okay.
That's why. I need to find out.
But how?
By asking the Master.
But he's not here anymore.
I'm going to summon Kingdom Hearts.
What?
Then he'll have no choice but to come back.
Summoning Kingdom Hearts is forbidden!
That's exactly why. The only way to get him back is to break the rules. If things don't change, the entire world is doomed. But in order to go through with it, I'll need Lux. I don't have nearly enough.
Lux is the light that you get from collecting
You
all of
always
the
do the
Heartless
right
in the
thing.
mobile game.
Help me with this.
I'm sorry. I know you want the Master to return. But you don't know how summoning Kingdom Hearts will affect the rest of the world. The Master, he forbid it for a reason.
He's Deadpool! What's the point?
Afraid I can't help you.
Does no one in this world know cure magic?
Your heart be your guiding key.
Did the Master specifically pick 5 people with poor communication skills? Because these
He was
two
on a
are the
mission to
best.
collect Lux.
Ah. That explains why Ased and Ira are as well. They're trying to maintain the balance. But that isn't the balance we were expected to keep. If everyone's collecting light solely for themselves, Keyblade wielders will soon turn against one another, which will lead to the Keyblade War.
Was that written in the book?
When it's written in the book, all of it will happen.
Light will expire.
Because you collected it all.
Envy, what are you going to do?
I'll gather Lux too. No matter what, the balance must be kept. Ava, you do the same. We must delay the inevitable.
Right.
Back by that stupid fountain in the center of the area. What? Oh, your turn. Okay. Case of Ava.
What's written in the last page of the book is gonna happen. The entire world will be lost to darkness.
But Master, isn't there anything we can do?
Well, that's what brings me to your role. You might just be the only hope of keeping light from expiring.
That's a tall order to, you know, fulfill.
Hope? Master, what is it that you need me to do? Oh.
Don't get involved in any battles. Forget the notion of unions. Find Keyblade wielders with potential and create an entirely separate organization. Then, like the seeds of a dandelion, let them fly to another world. They will keep the light alive.
So break all the
You
rules.
really think that I'm the right person for this?
Ava, you're the only person for this.
I understand.
I don't like the Master.
Today you're here to continue with your training for our mission. This session may seem like it's familiar to you, but in a world that is different, one made of dreams, you are our hope. A war will soon wage. Those who strive to protect the light will turn their weapons on their allies for the sake of loyalty to their own unions.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I don't know how far I can guide all of you. What you must remember is that anyone can lose themselves.
That's
to the
Riku's
darkness.
outfit.
However,
That's a cloud
there will
outfit.
be no winners. Everything will be lost. Except all of you who are the seeds of hope. When the time comes, and there is war, you mustn't fight, but instead you must fly away from here to the world outside. This training is to help you fulfill this crucial task. The future is in all your hands.
Oh, they also have,
As
like,
is the world's light.
all the outfits that you could possibly put on in
May
Union
your
Cross.
hearts be your guiding
Gloves,
key.
outfit.
The gazing eye?
It's not what it's called.
Oh, what then?
Actually, no name.
No name.
Well, gazing or not, that Keyblade does have an eye in it. My eye, to be exact. Ew! Oh, you think that's gross, do ya?
No.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, about your role. You need to pass down that Keyblade to your apprentice and then him to his, so that my eye can see the future.
So the Book of Prophecies...
Bingo! The fact that it exists is proof of your success. That means you've trained a worthy apprentice, passed down that handsome Keyblade, and fulfilled your role. Congratulations! What's the matter? Come on, you did a fantastic job. At least smile a little.
The Discord and the music in the background is
haven't
weird.
done anything yet.
Good point. Guess you'd better get started then. Unfortunately, you'll have to go alone from here on out. No Book of Prophecies to keep you company either. I can't have you causing any temporal paradoxes. But hey, we both know you'll do just fine without it, right?
Do I really have to go alone? What about the others?
Minor details, so don't sweat it. For now, you, that Keyblade, and this box need to stay out of sight. Just watch with your own eyes, and my eye, of course, as things unfold between the others. Then, when the time is right, go off and do your thing.
What's in it?
It's a secret. And, well, you see, the thing is, you can never, ever open it.
Great, now I really want to know.
Yep.
All right. I'll indulge you. But this secret stays between the two of us, and you have to promise never to open the box.
That's not gonna happen.
I promise.
Oh, come on, movie.
But why?
You'll see.
Yeah, the Master's totally... Okay, so the Keyblade he gave him, that's Xehanort's Keyblade. Master Xehanort, so...
May my heart be my guiding key.
Was that the whole thing? What was the point of this? I mean... Lara J. Miller... So this was a story about there being a traitor. They never found the traitor. There were 6 of them. Only 5 of them got unions, and the 6th one is off on a mission to pass down that Keyblade so the Master can see things and write the Book of Prophecies. I mean... if you took out the Keyblade, it doesn't even, like, everything else that was in here doesn't feel Kingdom Hearts related. Like, the only thing that ties this in was, A, there were Keyblades, and 2, the Master and Lucio were in organization outfits, but otherwise... I don't know, I don't get it. And I'm playing the mobile game, so, like, none of this was really new information. I knew they eventually fought for some reason. I knew Ava, created a different union for, dandelions to send them and keep Light alive. But, like, why there was a war in the first place and what was going on, that... that's really ambiguous. And it seems like the Master, you know, by saying there was going to be a traitor and only giving the thing to one person and having one of the people say, you're the right-hand man of the leader, but if, you know, his leadership is enough, you will become the new leader. Like, he's not, like, telling them something that they're going to know, that there's a traitor in the mist. He is literally planting seeds that will grow and make someone into a traitor. The only thing about this I thought was interesting, like I said at the beginning of this when I was watching it, I hate the concept of, you know, being forced into a fate and, you know, not having any control over it. And, like, how did he know? And, like, the whole thing with his eye being in the Keyblade and that tying in with, you know, what Master Xehanort's doing, that's kind of cool. But at the same time, I'm like, if that book only tells up until what happens in the Keyblade War and the loss of light, then how does that tie into the rest of the series? Because we know all the other Keyblade wielders have already died at this point. Hence the Keyblade Graveyard at the end of Birth by Sleep. And, you know, we can visit it in Kingdom Hearts 2, where we fight the Lingering Will. So, I don't get it. Like, honestly, the most interesting character is the one we have know the least about, which is Lucio, with that box and the Keyblade with the Eye of the Master in it. I'm going to assume that the box has got either Heartless or Darkness in it, or a Nightmare Chithari in it. I'm hoping there's going to be a cutscene or something at the end of these credits to give us a little bit more insight, just a little. All of Square Enix and Disney staff and fans, cool. Okay, Kingdom Hearts back cover. Kingdom Hearts Union Cross back cover. I unlocked theater. Unlocked characters. Okay, so chapters. Opening, the Gazing Eye, Case of Era, Foretellers, Assembly. Case of Envy, Alliance, Dead Alliance, Reporting In, Case of Aced, Clash, Case of Gula, Discord, The Lost Page, The Inevitable End, Case of Ava, Case of Lucio, Heart and Key, Ending. Okay, characters. The Master of Masters. Mysterious man who possesses an eye that can see into the future. He uses the knowledge to write the Book of Prophecies. No one knows whether his mischievous nature is calculated or true. He disappears after bestowing 5 of his 6 apprentices with a copy of the book. Tells us literally nothing. He's voiced by Deadpool. Era, one of the Master's disciples who received a copy of the Book of Prophecies. He is a reliable Keyblade Master and the leader of the Union Unicornus. The Master often makes fun of his serious nature. His role is to become the new leader of the Foretellers after the Master vanishes. Envy, one of the Master's disciples who receives a copy of the Book of Prophecies. She is a virtuous Keyblade Master and leader of the Union Angus. She holds the Master in high esteem. Her role is to watch over the others with a fair eye. Next up is Aced, one of the Master's disciples who received a copy of the Book of Prophecies. He's a fearless Keyblade Master, the lean of the Union Ursus. Though he tends to rely on his physical prowess, he has a pure heart and a strong sense of justice. His role is to support the new leader, Era. Okay. Ava, one of the Master's disciples who received a copy of the Book of Prophecies. Despite being a Keyblade Master, she is often treated as a friend by the other wielders due to her age. She is the leader of the Union Vulpins. Her role is to find exceptional Keyblade wielders regardless of Union and create their own organization. And Gula, one of the Master's disciples who received a copy of the Book of Prophecies. He is the cool-headed Keyblade Master and leader of the Union Leporardus. I can't make any of these pronunciations. He prefers to keep a distance from the others and doesn't regard them as comrades. His role is to solve the Book of Prophecies. Let's see. Lucio. The only one of the Master's disciples who does not receive a copy of the Book of Prophecies. It would have made more sense to just have that be an opening paragraph for him and to ignore all the other openings. Because, yeah, one of the Master's disciples to receive a Book of Prophecies said 5 times. He's the only one who didn't. Well, no kidding. He is bestowed with a Keyblade and a black box before setting out on his journey. Chithari, created by the Master to serve as the Keyblade wielder. To serve the Keyblade wielders. They originally existed as helpful spirits, however, if their wielders become lost to darkness, however, they turn black and become nightmares. So in Union Cross, Darklings can be created by Heartless, or by Keyblade wielders who lose themselves to darkness, and the Nightmare Chitharis are the ones that, then belong to them. F9, a young and outgoing Keyblade wielder, he does question the way the world works and decides to solve its mysteries on his own. He becomes the leader of the Dandelions, and you're told by Ava to make their own guilds within them, and he has 4 other supporting people, and we learn a little bit about him. So we have Scald, we have Brain, Ventus, of all people, which now I'm thinking might be Gula after he disappears. And I forget what the last guy is, but he's clearly evil because he took the book from somebody else. Ava's special union for exceptional Keyblade wielders are the Dandelions. And then we're back up to the Master of Masters. Okay. Well, that was interesting. That was Kingdom Hearts back cover. That was definitely different. Well. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Don't actually know what to really make of that. I mean, it was certainly interesting. Congratulations on completing the game. Extras has been unlocked. Cool! What extras? Is it a background? It's probably a background. Hey, check it out. It's a background. Theme obtained. Download the selected theme. Yes, please. So yeah, it was definitely an interesting movie. Not really what I was expecting. I'm gonna download that theme. But overall, not bad. It introduces the Union and kind of like explains different reasons for the guild. So I don't know. We'll see how that plays out once Kingdom Hearts 3 becomes a thing. Anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in. Again, I'm Izzy Craze 365, and this is pretty much the last little bit of Kingdom Hearts I'm going to be doing before tomorrow with the release of Kingdom Hearts 3. Again, January 29th, 2019. So, awesome time to be a Keyblade wielder. And we'll see what's in store for Sora, now knowing this is the furthest back in the origins of the Keyblades, and seeing how far into the future it takes us. Because the one thing I am, very much aware of is that the Keyblade that Lushu got in that movie is Master Xehanort's Keyblade, which he used in Birth by Sleep, and which you can also find in Dream Drop Distance, and it is one of the darkest Keyblades because, I guess, with it, comes untold knowledge. And we'll see how that goes. So, everybody, thanks for tuning in, and catch you next time on more Kingdom Hearts. Later, everybody.